to my channel. Today is a milestone for me, and it has been a year since I lost my mom and my dad. It's hard to believe how fast this year has gone. It seems to me like yesterday that they both passed away. My mom and dad died 7 weeks apart from one another, and while my mother was ill for a long time, my dad wasn't. In fact, my dad was driving and he was living really a good life up until a few weeks to a few months before my mom died. And when my dad passed away, it was a shock to me. A lot of you know the journey that I've been on, but if you're new to my channel, I've been on a long journey, and that journey took me to losing over 50 pounds, of just getting rid of a lot of sadness and getting rid of a lot of emotions in my life. I'm no longer the same person that I was a year ago. I don't look the same, and there's much of me inside that's not the same. Today we decided to do something special. It has been a year and a half since I've been to a restaurant. All right, here we are, the first time out to eat in a year and a half. My husband took me out to eat. We spent the morning doing all kinds of fun things in the memory of my parents. I went to my hometown, and it is a very small, quaint little Pennsylvania Dutch town here in southeastern Pennsylvania. I got to spend a couple hours visiting the stores and the places that I had visited ever since I was a child. I sit here with many emotions. I wanted to go see the grave site of my parents, but I just can't do that. You will see on my channel from years ago videos of my mom and dad. I have yet to see them. I cannot see those videos. It's just too soon. It brings a lot of sadness to me. I cry a lot yet, and even though my heart is healing, there is certain parts of my life that I just so desperately miss my mom and my dad. But in my videos, every single day, there are memories of my parents hidden away in little places in my kitchen, and the things that I use that were my mom's in her Pennsylvania Dutch kitchen. And of my daddy, there are many memories and many things. They may be trinkets, but they are things that are always alive in my videos. As I drove past my parents' home, I often think about it and think about it does still look the same. The house was sold. My brother bought the house and he is going to rent it out. But it looks the same. Driving by it, all I can think of are the happy memories of being a child at that home. It is the only home I've ever known. My mom and my dad built the home with their own 2 hands, and my mom helped put the roof on it. These are my childhood memories of the mobile home parks that my dad created by his own 2 hands, along with my uncle. All of the mobile homes behind my parents' home were part of his legacy. He also had many other parks. They were our retirement villages, beautiful. And he was so articulate in his mobile home parks. They were works of art. I am a lot like my father, even though I was adopted at 2 months old. My mom died through childbirth. I was born into a Mennonite family, but my father, so stricken with sadness, felt like he just couldn't keep me. So he gave me up for adoption, and I was adopted into the Mennonite community family of my parents. My daddy had a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old when I was born. I often struggled with the idea that my daddy gave me up for adoption. I often struggled with, why would you give your child away to another family? But through the loss of my mom and dad, I realized one thing. I realized that sometimes life can be just too hard. And when my daddy gave me up for adoption, he knew he was giving me to a family that would love and take care of me. He just couldn't do it. Sometimes in life, we are faced with things we just can't do. And I no longer judge my birth father for giving me away for adoption. Because to this day, it's very hard to see a photograph of my mother and my father. It's just too painful. And even though in my videos, when I talk about them, I can talk about their memories, but to look upon an image of them, I just can't do it. I am sitting here so different than I was a year ago. And grief hits you differently. We should never judge someone by their grief because everyone grieves differently. But that's all right, because everyone has that gift of grieving differently. And all the emotions that we all feel of sadness, then anger at the death, and then utter loneliness. But I've come through it, and we all come through it. We still have that pain in our hearts. But I hope you enjoy spending the morning with me at my own hometown. So when I got home, at my door was this beautiful cover. I ordered this cover. I had another one, and I did a product review on it quite a long time ago. And they are the softest covers. So today it's going to be a Tessie day. And that means I'm just going to sit and I'm going to relax. I'm going to cover up with this beautiful cover, my favorite covers. And I'm going to do reading and spend the rest of the day just reminiscing happy memories of my parents and my childhood, and just enjoying the day and just taking a pause and thinking how far I've come in the last 365 days, because it is, I'm very blessed how it all has turned out in my life. And I think I've come a long way, and I'm very proud in the fact that I've done the best I could. I've taken the sadness of my parents, but yet I didn't dwell on it, and that I sought comfort and peace, and I kept going on with my life, even though at times I wanted to stop. And I just know that my parents would be really proud of me for what all I've accomplished in these last year. Being on YouTube when things like this happen to your life is very hard. It's hard to explain, but being in the public eye and having people see you through your ups and your downs, it's a struggle. But I'm so thankful that I have all of you, because I know without a shadow of a doubt, it's because of all of you that have helped me in just the journey of grief in such a public way. Thank you guys for being with me. Thank you for being with me on the days when life was just almost too hard. And thank you for being with me on the days now where my journey just seems a little bit brighter. Take care, everyone. It's so comfy. and we'll see you guys tomorrow.